Good evening, and welcome to round 4 of AF1. We're at Codegua in Chile. We saw a few months ago how great the racing was for AF3, so we thought AF1's got to have some of that. And here we are. The drivers have seem to quite like this track so far. It's a mixture. I'll show you around in a bit. There's a mixture of off-camber corners and fast sweeping corners that should provide some excellent racing, and I hope the next hour or so will be exciting. Thank you everyone for joining us so far. I'm just waiting for qualifying to get underway, by which I mean I need to wait for the server to die. Should be dying in a second. No. People need to stop joining so it'll end. The server won't die while there's people joining. Although saying that, just thinking the same thing, so I just cancelled it. Just get rid of it. I'll delete that as well. And now I'll unmute you so they can hear what you're saying. Right, so give me 2 seconds just to get out of AC myself, and then away we go. Okay, open. Quali is open. Don't forget, top 5 drivers go through to the Super Bowl.
So we can't leave until 15 minutes, right?
Correct. Just so it gets
the
2 minutes,
grip is
2 minutes for everyone
right?
to join. Grip is 95.
I just realized I turned off my Discord.
We can still hear you, so it should be okay.
90 IQ.
Right, I'm going to go ahead and deafen myself again. Okay, so we are about a minute away from starting this qualifying session, just waiting for people to join into the server. We're expecting around 12 to 15 people today. It should be a nice, exciting, hopefully a good, exciting race. We need it. Last weekend was incredible, so hopefully this weekend can provide something similar. Just waiting for the drivers to peel out. They're going to park at the end of the pit lane, which is just here. And at 15 minutes to go, they'll be allowed to leave the pits. And that in the front of the grid is number 9. So I'll ride on board with him when he goes out the pits, and I'll take you round a lap at Codegua on his out lap. Thank you Backer, for following. For subscribing for another 3 months. Unbelievable. There's the green flag. Rubber's on his way. Let's ride and roll with Rubber. Coming out the pits, we want to break around 100 metres probably for turn 1, which is a tight right-hand hairpin, 180 degrees, a couple of bumps over tarmac changes through the corner. Then you've got this sort of chicane where you need to get the timing right, because it's a little off camera through the second part, and you can go wide just like Rubber does there. You're going to rejoin and be prepared for turn number 4. Oh, hello. You got the first of the off-camber hairpins. There's the first left-hander. Then you're into this long right one that tightens halfway through. That's where the attack mode is, on the outside of that corner. And then you've got turn number 7. Another off-camber corner. But if you get the timing right in a late apex, you can straighten the car out and get the power down all the way down this long back straight, which I'm hoping as well we'll see plenty of overtaking come this race with some slipstream, that sort of thing. Heading down towards turn number 9. Again, super off camber. It changes. You see the change. It goes over a hump halfway through the corner, and then you move into this fast sweeping section. You've got 10 and 11. You got to keep it right. You got to sacrifice turn 11 to keep it right, so you can get a good line through 12 and 13, which is super fast. Left-right kink. Now you're braking for the chicane at 12 and 13. Don't touch the sausages; they will kill you. And now for the really, really long sweeping 180-degree left-hander at 14. It just keeps going and going and going. But here's the catch: if you go too wide on the exit, you'll hit that exit barrier, and you'll be sent pinging across the track, and that's going to cause some chaos. But away we go. Rubber starts his first lap. Meanwhile, I will use this opportunity to get live timings and stuff up so I can see what's going on. That's a little worrying. Right then. I have a sneaking suspicion. Yep, it broke. Okay, that's fine. We'll work for the race. KMR isn't relevant for this bit. So anyway, Rubber's got plenty of track position around him to set a decent lap. You've got to get a late apex through turn 9, as you see there. Just a bit on the exit, get a nice wide line, so you can pull it in. Now you've got to really think, like again with chess, this third sector. You've got to get the line right early on to set it up for later on. Let's break it about 60 metres. He's going to attack them a bit, attack the curves a bit more through the 12-13 chicane. Now he's on a quality lap. A little toe in the grass, which he should get away with. Rubber's purple through the third sector at the minute, but Diego's faster through the first two sectors. Rubber goes to top of the times with a 37.1. Next, I will look at Diego Domingo because he's coming around the final corner now, and he looks like he was on a much faster lap than Rubber was, particularly through the first two sectors. So let's see how far away he is in the third. Mythic goes to second with a 40.4, as Domingo goes for 37.2. Good lap to start off with. We got some tight racing, and you may notice, for those of you, that was a weird moment in the bracket. You may notice, for those of you who've watched a few of our AF1 streams, that's a new car. That's a new livery. And you're right, well spotted. This is the new Alpha Wolf Racing team. Ooh, block up for Domingo, he's going wide there. The Alpha Wolf Racing team is, as you probably guessed, a subsidiary of Wolf Team Racing. That's Diego Domingo and João Vicente Guerra, but Guerra's skin appears to be broken. Alex Baltashu, meanwhile, has moved from Pinaldo Racing to Prema, alongside Rubber 9. Fimps is just going to park it there for a little while. Oh yes, my SCTV tower is broken. Oh, thank you. How isn't that helpful? Wonderful. Diego Domingo. Purple through the first sector. Arnie stopped on track. He's had a spin. He's way off. I don't know where he's gone. I can tell you he's at turn 9. 7. Wait, am I miscounting the corners? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, no, I am right. Yeah, that was turn 7. I know this track, I promise. Just under 10 minutes left to go in this qualifying session. We have 14 drivers joining us today, it seems. We have so the top 5 in this qualifying session, as you may have heard earlier, will progress to the Super Pole session, where the top 5 drivers each have one shot to set another lap to maybe improve their time, to improve their position from where they were. Or they could lose everything. We've seen a few changes caused by the Super Pole session. I remember round 1, pole went to, I think it was Rubber 9, even though it was Denoya that had the top of the times in the actual qualifying session. let's take this opportunity now to remind, well, there's nothing really going on, let's take an opportunity to remind you of the championship standings after 3 rounds in AF1. We have a super tight field. The top 5 drivers are separated by just 3 points. Andrea Di Noia is currently in the lead with 43 points. João Vicente Guerra is second on 42. Arnie is third after his victory in Indonesia on 41. Then we have Rubber 9 on 40 and Alex Baltashu also on 40. Roman Nesh is also in the championship fight with 34 points. Jake Farms as well on 33 in P7. Daniel Wolf, I guess, is there with 29 points in P8. Then Matti Soriano in P6 with 26 points, and Diego Domingo in last place in 10th place on 21 points, having only started and finished 1 race with the 2nd place last time out in Indonesia. Here's Arnie, last weekend's winner. He's gone for a 37.9. That's a pretty tight field, not gonna lie. The top 6 within just over a second. So hopefully this will turn into a good race. All the top championship contenders are up there pretty much, except for Baltashu, but he's not set a decent lap yet. First sector purple for Arnie there. Let's switch over to Diego Domingo, who's heading a little bit further. He's also purple in the first sector, and so is Rubber, but he's also purple in the second sector. Everybody is finding time in the first sector, and the reason for that, as you'll notice at the top right of your screen, the track grip is moved up to 96%. So we'll see the times tumbling down, hopefully, as more people do laps. A couple of lockups you can hear from Rubber there. It's round the final corner for Rubber. Does seem to be an improvement so far on this lap, but has he gone even faster in this lap? He has. Another 1/10 of a second found, a 36.753 to take him top of the times by nearly half a second over Diego Domingo, who's just behind this. He's coming through the final chicane now. Rubber 9, then Domingo is your top 2 at the minute. Then Vicente Guerra, then Di Noia, then Wolf, I, Mythic, Soriano, Redacted, and Nesh P10. They're going to get bigger letters now. 6 minutes left to go. Redactor's had a spin. He's done that at turn 4. He'll practice the attack mode. It's a pretty decent attack mode, not going to lie. That's needed a good job with that one. Let's have a look at Andrea Di Noia. He's currently 6/10 off at the top of the times. Same sort of time set by Guerra and Arnie. Any improvement on this lap from Andrea? No improvement. It's 37.4. Is his best time so far. Race into turn 1. Goes very wide through turn 1. I don't know whether that's the actual line. I doubt it. See sparks flying off of the cars at certain points around the track. It's great to see. Yeah, to answer finish Leotard's question, the reason AF4 is sort of one livery for everybody is 1, branding for us, and 2, it's such a short league and such an open league. We basically allow anyone that wants to join can join it as long as they're below a certain driver role, but anyone can join it. And because it's sort of first come first served for the spots, we don't really set skins because it just makes things more complicated than they need to be. It's only a 4-week. It's only a 4-race, 5-week league, whereas this is sort of this is an 8-race league with set teams and that sort of thing. So this one, people can create their own skins because it's a proper league, but AF4 is sort of it's sort of an amateur league. And it's shorter. Also, I hate doing skins. I love making skins. I hate putting them on the server. Mythic has had a spin. He's done that at turn 1, so that's not going to help with his lap. He's gonna have to wait all over again. We've just got just under 4 minutes left as Denoya goes for P2 with a 37.2. Bloody good lap from him to move him up to P2. As I say, top 5 get super pole positions, so that looks pretty certain at the minute. That's that 5. P5 is 4/10 faster than P6, so that seems to be pretty secure at the minute. Domingo's having some issues at turn 7. He's gone wide. Yeah, so to finish Leoton, all the other leagues, so AF1, 2, 3 in Asia, you can have your own skin. You can make your own skin. Zani goes to P2 with a 36.9. Puts his hat in the ring. Vicente Guerra stopped, and so is Contreras actually. He's stopped at one of the fastest corners on the track. That's at turn 11, and that's turn 10 and 11. I'm curious as to how he did that. But anyway, Rubber is going around the final corner now. He's made some improvements in the first sector, but he's gone way slow in the second and third. But his fourth was still pretty decent, so he's still got the pace, as it were. He's still, he's there. He's not lost his flow, is what I'm meaning to say. Denoy's going to come over the line. He's made some real gains. He improves to P2, but still not enough to beat Rubber. He's only 6 hundredths off, and he's gone deep into turn 1, perhaps, or he's taking a late apex. Okay, I think I'm sensing a pattern with the lines here. Denoya's gone wide at turn... Is that turn 1? Where is it? Yeah, he is turn 1. So he's trying to do an outlap, I guess. So he's run out of time to do an outlap, quite possibly. But it is going to be close to him. We'll keep an eye on him a bit later on. Next will be I Redacted, currently last with in P13. He's going to go wide at the final corner. Try and pull in late, which is that's a pretty good line, not going to lie. Will it be enough to improve his standings? He's on 141 at the minute. He does improve. He goes P12. When Nesh has stopped on track, that will be the end of his qualifying. Baltashu's time, only enough for P8 at the minute. Arnie goes to the top of the times by 0.2 of a second on a 36.5. Robert has got... Maybe Robert has an answer for this right now. He doesn't, because he's got a third sector 3.5 seconds down. He's done a 140 that lap, so he's going to get going again and do one last attempt. Felipe Contreras, currently P11, around the final corner. See, Mythic has just gone P8. Bloody good lap from Mythic, actually. That's pretty good. Puts him in the mix. Contreras, 17 seconds slower in the third sector, so no improvement. Oh no, he does improve to 140.2, stays P11 though. But he has got 20 seconds, so he has got enough time to start another lap. Suriano, P7. No, that's the end of Contreras' laps, because he has gone... He's had a little half spin on the exit of turn 1. Feimster is next on the line. Behind him is Domingo and Denoya. Currently last for Feimster. He improves to P11 with a 39.2. No improvements from either Domingo or Denoya. Arnie goes to the pits because he doesn't need to set another lap. Feimster spins. Daniel Wolf from Wolf Team Racing just started his second team. He does improve, but stays P6. Is not quite enough. How close was it though? Okay, 4/10 off, so it wasn't particularly close. I Redacted is going to have another attempt. He's currently P13. Behind him is Baltashu, who's got another attempt on the way, and Vicente Guerra, who's on the bubble. Redacted doesn't improve. Behind Baltashu doesn't improve. Guerra does, goes P4. Rubber, next. Again, seems to have lost 3.5 seconds in the third sector, but I'm not sure. He does go top of the times with 36.1. That's just showboat. He doesn't need to improve like that. Contreras, there's still a few drivers left to come across the line. Contreras is one of them. Coming towards the line, his best lap time so far is a 1:40. That was weird. Mythic has stopped. Suriano is going to come across the line and stays P7, which just leaves Diego Domingo and Roman Nesh. Domingo's on a blinding lap. Apparently he's found 3.6 seconds in the third sector. I think there's an issue with the timing. But anyway, it's looking bloody fast anyway. 35, 36. It will be enough for P2. 36.5 for Diego Domingo. Roman Nesh, the only person left that can stop anybody. He stays P9. Thank you, Redacted. Oh, Redacted's hosting the stream. Thank you, Redacted, for that. Even though you just finished P12 and you're still in this session. But there we have it. It is Rubber 9, Domingo, Arnie, De Noia and Guerra who make it through to Superpole. And I need to write that down just in case I forget. Yeah, it's an issue with the timing because you left the server. So it said, don't worry about it, it's fine. Right, I'll switch over to the starting screen just while we wait for the start of Superpole. Let's talk to the drivers, shall we?
Hello?
Hello. It's almost like you saw that coming.
No, nobody's talking, so I'm like confused.
Good job on quali. There's some serious improvements with the times because of the track grip.
I mean, you don't have to lie to me. I qualified P last by like 2.5 seconds.
I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah, great. Not with this track.
So we leave the server now?
Yeah, you can leave the server. That's fine. So I'm going to stay in, so I'll know when it dies.
Feimster pulled a good rope down there. Thought I was gonna not be last, and then he came in and put 2 laps down at the end that were credible.
There we are. Server is dead. Right, so it's in this order. To start Superpole, it will be. I need to do this manually. Guerra first, then De Noia, then Arnie, then Domingo, then Rubber. So.
Who's the first?
João.
Myself.
Again, I apologise. I'm desperately trying to get your name right. I keep butchering it.
It's like João, but it's almost there.
It's like the end that I'm not getting. Yeah.
Nasal.
It's a very nasal N.
Yeah.
Yeah, João. Okay, Superpole is up. So I need João in first. Oh wait, so I didn't press the button. My bad. I just pressed save on the entry list. I didn't press start on the session, but we're underway. So reminder, let's say all of you have been in Superpole before, I think, so you know the drill. Just to remind.
Yeah. After it starts.
100% grip.
Yeah, you're not getting 100% grip in this session. The race will be starting at 98, I'm pretty sure. Great, we have everybody in except the one person that needs to go out straight away.
Yeah, I'm entering it.
I know, it's fine, it's fine.
Just taking kind of a long time to refresh.
When it starts the out lap, I can exit, right?
When he starts to start lap, yeah, you can exit. Are you in the joining? There we go. Yeah, cool. Oh, you're already there. Cool. So yeah, Joao straight out, and then Denoyer, and so on.
Just loading the.
Okay, so cars all in the pit lane. It's weird. Oh, we're gonna have enough time. We should have enough time, yeah. There we go. Awesome. I need to double check. Yep. Thank you, Bellathar, for following. Thank you very much. Joao has already spun it in the outlap. Okay, what drama to start off the Super Bowl session. Should have enough time for everybody to join to do a lap. Very scruffy outlap so far. He's already spun on the exit of turn 3 and gone wide at the exit of turn 4. Oh, and there's some internet issues through turn 5. Great lap so far. We'll ride on board with him when he gets going on his hot lap. And hopefully he can put in an impressive performance. It's all or nothing now. Well, all or fifth, you know. Turn it into turn number 8. And through 9 and 10. He's got the barbecue beef crisp packet on the front of his car. All crumpled. Let's run on board with Joao as he starts his Super Pole flying lap. Good exit. That looked like a really good exit. So this should be a pretty good start to his lap. As we go full pelt down the pit straight. Like about 80 metres. Just aim straight for that first corner. It's gone wide. That looks like a pretty scruffy exit, to be fair. Through turn 2 and 3, you've got to take loads of curve through the inside of 3. Otherwise, you have to ease off. Brake about 50 metres for turn 4. First of the off-camber hairpins, then the tightest. And again, off-camber through 5. Pull to the right-hand side. Brake at about 20 metres, I'd say it seems, for turn number 6. And we're on to the back straight. But at this point, let's get up the gears. So let's see how fast he's going. 220, probably reach 240 by the end of the straight. 248, braking for turn 8. Get a late apex on there so you can straighten the car up early and get the power down through the fast sweepers. Through 9 and 10. Full pelt through 10, so you've got a lot of confidence. Still full through 11, ride that curve at 11, wow. Brake for the 12-13 chicane. All good, one corner to go. First couple of sectors looked a bit rough, but the second and third, so the third and fourth, are looking super strong. He's probably turned it a bit early on the exit of turn 14, but he's going to come across the line now. It's down the end there. And I will tell you, it's a 1. It didn't count. I'll tell you, it didn't count. Kunos did not allow it. It was a 1:37.1, but it wasn't enough. So Joao, at the minute, is going to be finishing 5th unless someone else fails to set a lap. Early drama. Probably took too much curve through turn 11, I would think. That's where it got invalidated. That's the only place I can think he did it. We're now on board with Denoyer's lap. Through turn 4. Now to turn 5. Good on the exit there. It's looking faster through the first 2 sectors than Joao's. Not that that's relevant anymore. And now down to the back straight. break even later, about 40 metres. Oh, we didn't get it pulled in. He's had to compromise on the exit of turn number 7. Full pelt through there, keeps 2 wheels on the curb, so he's alright. Brake for 12.13. Oh, he's gone deep through 12. Scruffy second half of the lap for De Nooijer. It's almost like flat out through there, which is quite incredible, to be fair. You couldn't do it in the Audi TTs we did a few months ago. Across the line, I say 36.9. There it is. Arnie's up next. I think it is flat out, but what we'll do is we'll get a different camera up for going around that corner. Let's just stick with the off-board cameras for this one. Get rid of that, but I will put up the pedals for this one. If I can find which one it is. There we go. So you can see you'll see the pedals now of Arnie. Okay, fine. I'll go that side. Stepping the back end out through turn 5. That looked really good. Looks super smooth again through turn 7, but it could easily do off of from this sort of this far back. I keep saying turn 8. That's turn 7, 6. It's turn 6. So this is turn 7. Full on the brakes. It sounds so nice. That's all the whoosh. It's great. Through the fast sweepers at 8 and 9. No, 7 and 8. I've lost count. 8 and 9. It wasn't 8 and 9. Then 10, 11. This is 12, 13. One corner to go. Let's see if it is flat out. Oh, it's not. There's a huge lift through there, through the middle part. But it's still mostly on the power. This could be good from Arnie. What's it going to be over the line? It's a 36.7. It goes to pole position. 2 turns faster than De Nooijer. Domingo is up next. Driver's eye. Yeah, driver's eye for this one. Braking into turn 1. Feels kind of cautious through this first sector. Out onto the back straight now. Whoa, lose the back end. He's had to save it. That'll be the end of his qualifying chances, but he's still going to be a valid lap. We're still going to be P4 at this rate. His tyres will be quite hot now as well. That will pay to any chances of a P3. Assuming, of course, the last driver, Rubber, doesn't have any issues. That's right. I don't want him plugging someone else's Instagram. Plug our Instagram. Assetto Friends on Instagram. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. It's Diego Dom 10. Diego _ Dom 10 on Instagram. Still a 37.2, so he's still not too bad of a lap, all things considered. Rubber will be next with his IKEA steering wheel. .10 .711. Great lap from Rubber. Now, this is it, into turn 1. It does seem a little cautious coming out of the corner. He's gone wide again through 3. I think he's trying. He just doesn't seem to get that turn 3 right. But he might have gotten away with it enough to not have his lap time invalidated. But that will be crucial as we come to the final lap. I think this would mean Rubber gets P4. because his 10 minutes .711 was valid. Yeah, that's how we're doing it apparently. Is that a great Nordschleifer lap? A 10-minute .7 in this car? I reckon you could do a 6-minute in this car, ignoring the energy. I think Jimmy did it like a 6-minute something, or 7-minute something. Down the back straight, 240, maybe even 250? No, 248. Top speed we've seen so far is a 248.71 from Denoya. Uses lots of exit apex through turn 7. Through 8, 9. Everyone else has got to be flat through there. Uses tons of curb on the inside there. Maybe that was invalidated, maybe it wasn't. Maybe he's found some sort of secret, but it's going to be the final corner now for rubber 9. It takes a lot of practice to brake in these cars. You know, we're 4 rounds into this. And it is not valid. It wasn't valid. So rubber 9 will start 4th on the grid. We've had 2 drivers invalidate their laps. I'm sure it was at that last chicane, turn 12, where Rubber had that lap time invalidated. But there we have it. Rubber will be incredibly disappointed and a little bit angry. So Rubber will start P4 on the grid for round 4. Cannot wait to start this race. It's going to be 45 minutes plus 1 lap. Mandatory pit stop. Turn 4. Apparently turn 4 it got invalidated. Really? I didn't even see him go wide there. Well, exit apex is valid, I suppose. But let's go ahead and bring in, we've still got a couple of minutes before the end of this session in the server, so let's bring in, well, let's just open up the floor. Hey guys, that was eventful.
My lap time was 36.1, but it was not valid, so it would have been pulled.
Oh, damn. And you say it was turn 4?
Yes.
I didn't even see you go wide at turn 4. Was it like on the inside or the outside?
That was the
on
exit where he
exit.
definitely wide, where he went over the curb. And you were questioning at the beginning of the lap.
Yeah,
Oh, did I
I
question
went
the time?
on the grass kinda.
I can't even remember that far back.
Yeah. And then Diego making me feel bad, setting a time with a bad
You had to probably, yeah, probably.
2 tenths faster than me.
I'm gonna use the excuse that the track grid was higher, so that's why he was faster.
I mean, that is a valid excuse, but still.
Just
Joao,
remember.
Joao, your lap.
Yes.
What happened on your lap? Was yours invalidated where I thought it was invalidated?
On the chicane.
The last, was it the? Oh, what was it? Turn.
The
Turn
fast
11?
chicane.
Turn 10, 11.
Turn
The
11.
fast chicane.
I thought so. Yeah.
And then I saw it was invalidated. I kind of lifted a little bit, and that was pretty sad. And then my laps was 37.0 because of it.
Yeah. I'd say it would have been enough for P3. P3, sorry. But
This actually worked out fairly well because in actual Formula E, Rubber would have gotten P4 with 2 invalid laps because he qualified higher originally. So it worked out that his out lap wasn't valid. Otherwise, he would have been improperly put in P4.
it does seem quite weird that the result of Superpole down the back of the Superpole grid was decided by who set a valid out lap. It's like it's like imagine setting a P4 time that was 10 minutes .711.
Wait, did I get P4 because my out lap was better?
Yeah, your out
Yes.
no, your out lap was valid. That was the
Your out-
Oh.
your out lap was valid with a 10 minute .711.
But in real Formula E, you would have also gotten P4 because you qualified higher in the original session when 2 people set invalid laps.
I don't even remember that being a rule.
Yeah, it goes to if multiple drivers in Superpole set invalid laps, then they go in down to obviously P5 and then work up in the order they originally qualified.
Fair enough.
So
Let's
fuel is
go.
off for the race, right?
Correct.
So we
Yes.
just have to change our tires for the pit stop.
Yes. Tire
Of that
change
half
demand.
second,
Tire change demand.
half-second pit stop for tires.
Josh is lying.
Huh? What am I lying about? I'm a man of my word.
Yosh is lying. You can make it to the end of the race with no tires.
I wouldn't recommend
And,
it.
and no fuel either. Just don't stop at all.
Just run your car in ATK mode the entire time, and you don't have to stop.
That's the real strat.
But of course, let's talk to the pole man. Great lap. Great lap. 36. I've forgotten. Is it 36.0? I think it was. Can you even hear me?
No.
Oh, yeah, I can see. Yeah, your microphone isn't working, by the way. I can see the green circle coming up and nothing's coming out.
What about now?
There we go.
Hey, I had it muted on my my little switch here.
Ah, right, lovely. Yeah, congrats on pole.
And it was a little bit unexpected actually. I didn't think I would be able to do it with the grip so low, and I knew that there was others faster throughout qualifying. So yeah, I got lucky I think with some of the faster ones not putting a good or managing to do a lap. So, yeah, nice one.
And of course, you got Diego a little bit further back this time, but hopefully we can see a bit more battling going on.
We'll see. He was he's like my shadow. He just does not quit.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a whole championship to fight for now. A pretty tight championship to fight for as well.
Hopefully there won't be any controversy in the stewards meeting about who wins this race.
Supermarkets.
Which, by the way, come check out the stewards meeting tomorrow at 2 p.m. GMT.
Yeah, it seems I missed all the action last time. I heard you guys were talking about me.
Yeah, sort of. You can watch it back on YouTube. Two brilliant.
Yeah, I
servers,
watched
by
it.
the way.
I watched it. I watched it back.
Totally not awkward.
It's all good. To be honest, you said that he pulled into me, which I'm obviously on your side,
Yeah,
but you got outvoted. So
there's a bit of it was a really close one. We had to take a
Very
vote on it, I think, if I remember.
I mean, I did go for the lunge, but if you guys watched like further back, I was just gaining and gaining and gaining like a steamroller. You know, I was so he had to be aware that I was there. And at no point did I ever steer into him. He steered into me, so that's my defense.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Exactly.
Right, I'm just going to double check there's enough waiting time on the start. Although, to be fair, 3 minutes should be enough. So I'll turn that down 3 minutes. I've already set the grip to 98, so we are ready to go. I know KMR is broken at the minute, so I'll get that ready to fix before we start. So
3 minutes is fine unless you're scrambling for something. And then it's just enough.
3 minutes is fine unless you're Polybius and have to join the server 36 times to get force feedback to work.
Yeah, exactly.
In the Twitch chat, you can hear me talking crap.
Yeah, we can all hear you. And Polybius, I know Polybius is in the chat, I think. Whether he still is or not, I don't know. This is the point where he comes in and says, "Hi, I'm still here." Race 7 is up, by the way. 3 minutes to the start.
Josh, I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat?
Server's open. 3 minutes to wait. What? Polybius?
Hello.
Disconnected. Oh, okay. I guess KMR's already working properly. I don't know.
Confirm that fuel is on 0.
Fuel is on 0.
Yes, we can see it on the loading screen.
I always wanted a cameo from Polybius.
He does it most races. He did it yesterday in AF4 at the end. Can I get KMR working, please, without any connection issues? I love how it says timed out, even though it waited like 1 second to decide. Oh, it didn't work. Great. Right, I'm gonna have to restart the race server, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart.
Just go ahead and connect.
Yeah, I'm just gonna restart the race server. It's fine.
Wow, why?
KMR issues.
Okay.
I'm
It's
not
like
surprised.
almost starting. It's almost starting.
May we leave?
Yeah, just cancelling the session now.
I guess. I quit it.
Don't leave the server.
Okay,
Speaking
server's
of-
restarted now. Server's restarted. And if I open
Speaking of AF4, we're gonna have a great time in the Stewart stream tomorrow watching Death Shake.
Oh yeah, Death Chicane action. There was only one track blockage with the Death Chicane, that I noticed at least, which is amazing.
And it was right at the end too.
It was right at the end. Like I was like, come on.
Right, but there were at least 3 moves sent in the Death Chicane yellow flag zone that are illegal.
That's weird. There's a few cars saying there's issues recovering info, but I think that's okay. Thinking about it. So if I refresh this. Yeah, we're all good. Okay.
Yeah, I think too many people sent moves in the Death Chicane that are going to be deemed illegal.
There weren't many.
I think I saw 3 during the stream.
I think I saw 1, maybe 2. I think.
You definitely saw 1 because the guy passed.
It was right on the restart of the safety car. Yeah.
So everything's working now, right?
Everything is working. Everything is working.
And
1 minute and 40 seconds to the start.
Mandatory pit stop, have to change tires.
Why is the grid so far back?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so weird.
You said 40 seconds to the start?
It was a minute
now
40.
1 minute 20.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to mute myself now. Good luck. Don't forget, no attack mode until lap 3. I'll come in the voice chat and remind you. And don't forget mandatory pit stop as well for the tyres. Thank you very much, guys. Have fun.
Thanks, Josh.
Alright then. Let's take you through the grid for round 4 at Codegua. On pole is Arnie alongside is Andrea De Noia. Row 2 is Diego Domingo alongside Rubber 9. Row 3 is Joao alongside Daniel Wolf. I've lost count of the rows already. I can't count to 3. Yeah, 1-4. Matti Suriano alongside Biomythic on row 4. Alex Baltashu alongside Blank on row 5. Romanesh on row 5. Row 6 is Jake Fipes alongside Felipe Contreras. And the sole driver on row number 7 is poor little I Redacted. Let's look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. There we go. He's focused as we go to 20 seconds to the start of the race here in Codegua. Gears engaging. Six lights are on. And we're away at Codegua. Roman Nesh is going to be starting from the pit lane, it seems, due to some issues. But everyone else seems to be getting away pretty well so far. There's someone down the inside trying to make a squeeze. It's not really going to work. That's by Mythic trying to get Pi. But Arnie's going to hold the lead for now. Nobody's going to try and pull to the inside. There was a little concertina effect and there's a few bumps and bashes, but everyone's got away pretty well so far. That's one of the Alpha Wolf racing cars that's being bullied out on the exit. And he's been turned around. That's Domingo, who's been spun round. It could be a championship contender if he holds it together, but apparently he's not gonna. We're down to the last 11 drivers, or 12 drivers in this race, battling it out over the next 45 minutes. Hopefully you'll stay with us. Please do. It's going to be great. It should be great. Arnie and Denoya getting away well alongside, as well as Joao. Well, Nesh has rejoined. He's 30 seconds behind, though. So that's the end of his race, which is so unfortunate. I guess he just didn't get his setup ready in time. Behind this, by Mythic and Redacted. Thank you, Epily. Thank you, Epily, for following. Down inside goes Mythic into turn number 7. Good move, makes it stick. He's on his way up. Domingo on his comeback drive has already passed Daniel Wolf for P11. I highly suspect, I'm going to predict this now, Alpha Wolf Racing is going to score more than Wolf Team Racing. Just putting it out there. Denoya has caught up to within 2/10, to about 2/10 around Arnie. So the lead battle is going to be on for this race, I think. Once again, Arnie's going to be right there. Arnie's got a shot at the title. He just needs to stay with some good results. He doesn't necessarily have to fight Denoya just yet. He just needs to be with him. Although, saying that, Denoya is in the lead of this. Is in the lead of the championship. Redacted has lost like 4 places. And he's going to bonk Baltashu, who's going to bring Diego into this. Up ahead of this, Jake Feimster and Contreras were side by side through turns 2 and 3, which is a dangerous place to drive. Let's switch to the onboard for this. As Feimster's going defensive from Alex Baltashu, we're going to want to roll with him instead behind it because he's going to the outside line through turn 4. Oh, and there's a tap from the both of them. Baltashu's going to lose out now to Domingo as well. Is Baltashu going to try and dive through 5? He is. There's a few drivers that are trying to go for the attack mode, but it's not available just yet. It's only on lap 2. Domingo takes P9. Baltashu takes P10. This is a make or break race for Baltashu. If he gets the result as low as 10th place, that's him out of the championship fight. That's not what he needs right now. Meanwhile, behind this, Wolf and Redacted are side by side for P11, but that's not important right now because we've got this going up ahead. Contreras 7 to defend from Feimster and from Domingo. Feimster was having a look a little bit on down the inside. It's not going to work down the inside after turn number 7. All positions stay where they are for now. As Wolf is going to swing around the outside, surely. Is Wolf around the outside? This is going to be really close between the two of them. They're side by side through the really fast 10-11 kink. They're going to be side by side again through 12 and through 11 and 12. No, Daniel Wolf's had internet issues. Bye bye, Dan. Bye bye, Daniel Wolf. No, Redacted got killed probably by some ping. What? Okay. Baltashu's got a really good run out of turn 13, and in fact he's got, and so has Feimster, because he's all trying to get past Domingo, but it's not going to work. Feimster and Baltashu side by side as Rubber sets the fastest lap. A little bit of grass on the exit, but it's going to be good. Attack mode is now available. Attack mode is now available. Wolf, Daniel Wolf, you've got some serious internet issues. And we are back. Well, Denoya's not back. Oh, Denoya and Guerrero have come together. I just missed that. I was about to switch to it. I waited like half a second, and that cost me. So Guerrero and Denoya have dropped back. That's Denoya back out of this race. He's down to 5th place. That's him out of the race for now. We've already lost one driver. We're only 5 minutes into this race. We've basically lost 2 because Roman Nesh is like, well, he's 15 seconds behind Iveracted, so maybe not over, but he's still going to get some points out of this. But yes, let's have a look at Andrea Denoya. He's going to try and make his comeback. He's got Matti Suriano to contend with first, coming down into turn 7. Suriano's already going defensive. Denoya has a look to the outside. Maybe he's going to switch back to the inside. That's possible. No, never mind. Suriano goes off. Bimythic's already in his first attack mode. He's gone for a really early application. Same for Iredacted. So Denoya already up to P4. I remind you all the top 4 are in the championship fight and they're all separated by about 3 points. So this is quite a battle. Domingo and Contreras changing positions for P7. Domingo's making his places back up very early on. He's doing a great job. He's at a 40.7. It's not quite fast enough to catch up to the leaders, but he's still in this battle. Contreras is going to have a little punt into turn 1. Oh, Domingo's going to hold on down the outside. And he's going to hold that P7 for now. Are we going to see any of the lead pack go through the attack mode for the first time? You don't lose so much time doing it here because it is an off-camber corner. But you do go wide. Domingo is going to use it. So this is Contreras' chance to get past. He's going to have to defend with everything he's got. But Domingo's going to have he's got a shoe in down the inside to turn 6. And he's going to take advantage of it. He hasn't even pressed the button yet. Now he has, so that's played very well for Diego Domingo. So we now have about half the field in attack mode. Oh, Contreras he's going to have to take the escape road through turn 13 as he loses the back end. We'll see Domingo trying to catch up to By Mythic. By Mythic's doing a very good job in this race so far. We're only 8 minutes in, I know, but still, he's setting some pretty good lap. He's P6 is a very good lap for him. Baltashu, who is in attack mode, has overtaken Contreras. That's for P8. And Arnie in his attack mode for the first time. And that cost him most of his lead against Rubber. So Rubber's going to be in view. If I switch over from pedals and switch over and get the gears up, we'll see next lap. We'll have a look next lap and see what the difference is in speed between the two of them down the back straight. This is one of the best places to see how effective attack mode is. By Mythic trying down the outside of... no, that's Domingo trying to get past By Mythic, who's just run out of attack mode. Still close. Mythic had to take 2 different turns. Oh, Mythic had to take 2 attempts to turn through turn 10 and 11. And as a result, he's going to lose out. He's lost the back end, and that's the end of him. For now, he's going to drop out of the top 10, I would think. Now, he's got going just about. He's going to be joining P9. If I were Mythic right now, I'd be taking my mandatory pit stop. Change on to some fresh tyres. That aren't hot. However, there's a chance that it's likely they won't last the 36 laps. And as a result, the Mythic's lap didn't count. Because he went off at turn 10 and turn 10, I'm seeing it didn't count. I'm seeing he's getting blue flagged against Jake Feimster. Obviously his lap did count. We all saw him cross the line, you know. But now he's a lap down because he missed the sector line. For 2 weeks in a row now, we're seeing Arnie use attack mode to the maximum effect. He's making use of it much better. And as we heard in the interview last week, he was watching Formula E videos to see how they were doing attack mode in real life. It's clearly paying off once again. He's going to have a nice advantage. Denoyers went out of attack mode just as he's caught up to the back of Joao. But Domingo, who has recently went out of attack mode, has caught up to Matti Suriano in his comeback, in Domingo's comeback drive. He's currently P6. 34 minutes plus 1 lap to go in Codegua. There's going to be a move down the inside. Domingo's having a look. He's not braked late enough to have that move, but is he going to push Suriano wide? No, he's not. He's already pulled right to try and get a better run through 2 and 3 to line up a move into the hairpin at turn 4. You have to. It's a game of chess, some of these parts of the track, as I said earlier. The final sector, definitely. Oh, a late run. That's a really late move. He's going to be around the outside for turn 5. Is the room there? It is. Domingo's going to look to the inside at turn 6 and gets the move done. Nice move. Rubber is now the only driver in attack mode, probably for the next lap. It's a 3-minute long attack mode, and you only get 2 uses. So you've got to time it right. This battle's taken so long, Domingo's now 12 seconds off of the top 4. So a P4 or above is probably not likely at this point, but the top 4 all within a second of each other, just about. They're about a second away from each other. So any of the top 4 could win this race, and it's probably going to be decided once again in the pit stops, just like it was last weekend. Arnie made his race-winning overtake in the pits. Personal bests for Rubber, Guerra, and De Nooijer. Arnie doing a 38.9. Well, certainly a high 38. It's about half a second. Who's your money on for this race? Is it Arnie? Is it Robert? Is it Gray? Is it De Nooijer? Is it someone else entirely? Let me know in the chat. Also, where's Arda with the vote? With the betting? We need some betting right now. I'm surprised we're not going to get any attack mode. Any VSC rather. I'm mixing up my gimmicks. Rubber 9 has caught up pretty much now to Arnie's within a second. A move there could be happening soon, or will Rubber play his cards? No. I'm mixing my metaphors. I'm not good at ad-libbing, alright? Thank you, Ben, for the 20 bits saying, pushing his support for Diego Domingo. He's not really catching the lead pack at the minute. It's still 13 seconds. It was 12 a minute ago. So keep an eye on that gap as this race unfolds. De Nooijer is getting closer to Vicente Guerra. But no second attack mode for De Nooijer, and no first attack mode being used for Joao. Still on using the attack mode, you can see there's a variety of different lines through this second sector. Some are better than others, as always. But with the off-camber nature, there's more lines that work, more lines that are fast, and there's some better attacking lines as well, certainly. Right on board with Andrea De Nooijer for a little bit. I say all of this top 4 is sort of together. Oh, Graza looks like he had to take a little bit of extra time coming through that final chicane, so he's brought De Nooijer into slipstream. He's going to get the line right through the final corner. Have to take a little extra stab to get it turned in for the final part of that corner. If you go, as I said earlier, if you go wide out, you're hitting the exit wall and you're going flying like a Beyblade. Looks like I'm maybe going defensive for Joao through turn 1. Also a reminder, later on, after this race, we've got 3 more tracks to announce for the next AF3 season. We saw yesterday the first 3 being announced. Okayama, Shanghai Tianma. Whoa, and there goes Guerra! Is he still in this? Where is Guerra? He's gone behind, so he's still going. He managed to keep it in a straight line, but he's lost out now to Andrea De Nooijer. Little moment there on the exit of turn 4. As I was saying, the first round at Okayama, the second round at Shanghai Tianma, and the third at Lippo Village, a return to Lippo Village. The next 3 will be announced at the end of the race. I've forgotten what they are, so I'll just remind myself. But I guarantee you they're good. We have put together an amazing calendar. As you probably realise by now, they're all Asian tracks. Because we did American tracks last season, we're doing Asian tracks next season. There's a theme going on with some of these tracks beyond the Asian tracks. It's sort of they're all tight-ish circuits, I suppose, or like compact circuits. Good for sort of dog fights, close fighting, close racing. But I'll reveal now. Round 4. So that's the first 3 rounds. Round 4 is in Russia. Round 5 is in Australia. And round 6 is in Japan. So I'd love to see love to know what you think the tracks we've selected are for those 3 rounds. We've got Russia, Australia, and Japan. Seems to be in attack mode. Ready to be armed. Bajwal. Although it looked like he was just going wide. So keep it on him being ready to attack, use the attack mode. Maybe he's going to leave it as late as possible in the lap to deploy it. Approaching half distance now. So the pit stops should be coming soon, and that'll bring an extra twist into this race. We've seen a few drivers that have been able to take it as far as 30 to 35 minutes into this race before taking a pit stop. I think the latest we saw was round 1 at Kyalami, where their pit stop was 12 minutes from the end or something. So it is possible to go very long. But do you want to? You've got to be careful. You've got to be careful with your tyres to be able to do that. Let's look at the battle between Nesh and Boltashu for P9. Now that seems to be pretty certain actually. Nesh has got that position sorted. Nearly identical times for the top 3. 38 5s and 6s. Gary decided not to use the attack mode on that lap. So I'm guessing he didn't actually get it. I mean, he didn't. Just looking on the thing, he didn't have it armed. He wasn't ready to deploy. Arnie is in his last attack mode now. He's gone really early with that. I think that's having to react, perhaps. Because Rubber's now caught up to within 6/10 and Denoyer's caught up to within a second of Rubber. The top 3 all right there, really close. Towards the rear end of the field, Redacted and Nesh were quite close together, and Redacted just lost like 2 seconds. I think he had a moment on the exit there. Switch back to Denoyer, who's catching Rubber. Let's get some. I'm going to try and turn up the audio, I think. Seems a bit quiet, so let's turn up the audio. Turn up the audio. You're right, the gap is coming down. It's now down to within 10 seconds. Still a long way to go in this race and for that gap. But I'm glad we've got this lead battle going. This sort of 3-way lead battle going. Or I'd probably shoot myself in the head. Predominantly because I'm not good at ad-libbing. So doing 20 minutes of talking about cars that are 5 seconds apart from each other is my idea of hell. But we have got a great lead battle, so I'm glad to be here. Arnie is pulling away a little bit in his second attack mode. But I think we're seeing the start of proper dominance, if we've ever seen it, in this season of AF1. We saw little pieces of it in the first round in Kyalami 3 weeks ago. Qualified well, got Super Pole and finished in 3rd. Second race was a DNS, and he won the 3rd round at Indonesia, as you saw, as a lot of you saw last weekend. Fimes is in his first attack mode now. Denoyer's results, meanwhile, have been a bit more lacklustre. He's sort of riding off of a of a win in South Africa. Would follow that up with a 6th and a fast lap in Belgium and a 9th place in Indonesia. And Joao is on a 2nd, 4th, 7th run. Similarly for Rubber 9, he's on a 4th, 8th, 3rd, but he's had the first 2 pole positions. This is the first race this season where Rubber has not been on pole. Baltashu got the fastest lap in South Africa, as well as a 5th, a 2nd and an 8th place. As I say, this could be the start of Arnie's championship challenge. It's looking good so far. He's got a 2.5 seconds as he approaches the end of his attack mode. I'm going to double check now with checking the orbit cam. The lights are off on the halo. He has used it. It is over. Listen to the sound of that. It's approaching a back marker in the form. Oh, that's I redacted. I believe Arnie and I would act as actually teammates at the same team. They both drive for the Lithium Lunatics. I would actually best result is going to 11th this season. I would suggest letting your teammate buy. Yeah, that's a good one. Let him buy. Denoya is into the pits for the first time. He hasn't missed it. That's good. I like to check that sometimes just to see if he's missed it. Rubber's now past the lapped car of I redacted. Denoya's come out 5 seconds behind Diego. Are either of the top 2 going to react? Is Arnie or Rubber going to react to this strategy call from Denoya? They're about the length of the back straight apart. But we'll see. Heading into the final sector on the 15th lap of this race. We're past half distance with 20 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Manesh is into the pits for the first time. Is anybody reacting to this? Rubber is. Arnie is not. So let's have a look where Denoya is. Rubber's into the pits now. Denoya's coming towards the final corner. Rubber will be down at the end of the pit lane as well. Now stationary is Rubber. He's going again. He's got moving. Is it going to be enough? Is Denoya going to jump Rubber? He will do, because there he goes. Denoya takes 2nd place off of Rubber in the pit lane. But while these 2 are fighting, that's going to be an opportunity for Arnie to pull away and get some more gap, get more of a gap. But Denoya went through the attack mode. You see, he's got the halo flashing, so he's gone for the attack mode on his outlap, which is an interesting strategy. Is Rubber going to follow? Is Rubber going to react? Yes, he is. He's going to go for the attack mode on his outlap. Is he going to press it yet, though? Or is he going to try and get as much of an overlap, time-wise, between Denoya ending his attack mode and Rubber starting his? No, he's gone for the attack mode now on the back straight. I'm guessing maybe there's not enough time to press the button on the straight between turn 5 and 6. But while these 2, while Rubber and Denoya are heading through and towards turn 7, Arnie's heading around turn 13. And around the final corner. Is Arnie going to pit this lap? No, he's not. He's going to go long on this one, it seems. He's gone past half distance. He's 18 minutes to go. Can he hold on? Contreras has passed Baltashu for P7. Vicente Guerra has not used his attack mode at all. And I suspect that has something to do with he's not bound his button again for it, which he really should do, because he's just going to lose out in this race. Fimes is caught up to this battle for P7 now as well. Baltash is going to have a look into 12-13. It's not going to work. Baltash is going to try and pull to the inside immediately through turn 14. That's a beautiful move from Baltashu to take P7. That was nice. Feimster's going to try and follow suit. He's going to look for the inside down in turn 11. Turn 1, he's got a much better run. He's got attack mode as well. That will help a lot down the inside. Job done. He's going to try it on Baltash as well. Almost touch between the two of them. Oh, and Feimster goes off at turn 3. He's got an escape road to help him get back on, but he takes his sweet time to get back on. Arnie into the pits now. Arnie's in the pits. Thank you, Randomised. Thank you. I really appreciate that. He's only going to get out in front. He's there. He's got out in front. Arnie retains the lead of this race. But what's better for us, from our point of view, is all three are still within a second of each other. So this battle's going to keep going for the rest of the race. Huzzah! Wonderful. Question is, can Arnie keep these tyres up to temperature early enough? None of these three have attack mode remaining. In fact, I think Rubber might still have his activated. Yeah, the halo is still flashing from him, but he hasn't got long left, and he hasn't made use of it really. There we go. The halo stopped flashing. Attack mode is done and dusted for him. So here's your top three, Arnie, Denoya and Rubber. Behind that, Vicente Guerra is P4, Domingo is P5, and Surian is P6. Then we've got Baltashu, Contreras, Feimster and Nesh rounding out the top 10. Then we have iRedacted and Mythic, but I think Mythic is ahead of iRedacted. Possibly. I'm not quite sure. It'll depend on the finishing time, I think. But Mythic will get a lap back. Or something, unless he gets lapped a second time. Because, yeah, he will get a lap back, of course he will. Baltashu activating his attack mode for the second time. Never mind. My mistake, I'm misreading the chat. I'm seeing the chat here. Last person to use the attack mode was redacted on lap 17. We're on lap 19 now, so that's clearly gone out. No one's in attack mode at the minute. I'm amazed none of these three are wanting to make any moves. But Arnie, for the second week in a row, has actually got twice the pressure because he's got two cars behind him instead of just the one this time. And even more from the fact that both of these drivers are near him in championship. Arnie's on 40... I forget now. Arnie's on 41. Denoya's on 43 and Rubber's on 40. So this is absolutely crucial for the championship. Is 25 points for the win, 20 for second, and 16 for third. Plus an extra point for fastest lap and a point for pole position. Arnie's already got that extra one in the bag for pole position. And I believe his fastest lap is enough as well. Let me double check. I think it's Arnie who's got the fastest lap so far. No, fastest lap is currently going to Denoya with a 37.7. Arnie's best lap is a 38.5. So somewhere in there is Denoya's pace. Denoya's able to do 37s. The only other driver that's been in the 37s at all this race is Diego Domingo, who's in a 37.9 at one point. On that lap, Denoya 2/10 faster than both of the other drivers in the top 3. So let's switch to the top 2, because Robert's starting to drop back out of this. Denoya is now within 4/10 of Arnie. We're doing this again. It's Lippo Village all over again from last week. We've got 12.5 minutes to go in the 4th round of AF1, and Arnie's under pressure once again to hold his lead. It'll be a stunning lights to flag victory if he does hold on to it. I really hope everyone's enjoying this. I certainly am. This is great. I love how Ben Hayes is cheering for Diego Domingo, even though they're both championship rivals in AF3. Speaking of which, the championship finale of AF3 is on Friday. Road America. That's at 5 p.m. That's at 6 p.m. GMT. You cannot possibly miss that, unless of course we decide not to stream it because we can't get anyone in. But we will get a streamer for that. In AF3 at the minute, pending any penalties, which I doubt, Ben Hayes has a 16-point lead with 50 points still to play for. So it's still... The next week in Road America is going to be something else. And a great finish to a great season of AF3. And we'll bring you the crash highlights of AF3 tomorrow in the Steward stream. That's at 2 p.m. GMT right here. Still very close between all 3 of these drivers. I'm surprised none of them have made a move. But here come some predictions. At last. Can Denoya win this? Is the offer on the is the question on the table? Can Denoya win this race? And it's looking good. Arnie's already, just as he did last week in Lippo Village, he's made a move. He's made a move to the inside, straight to the left, to try and get out of the, to try and get Denoya out of the tow. It's down to 3.5 tenths. It's down to less than 3 tenths between these two. Robert's going to be just inside. You can see him there. He's just over a second into this now. But if these two start battling, that's going to bring Rubber into this. I'll look at this into turn 1 because it looks like Denoya might make a move. I was going to look at the battle between Domingo and Vicente, but that's died down again. It was less than 8 tenths, is now back up to 1.7, as I think Domingo's using his attack mode. Possibly. No, Guerrero just had a mistake. 39.5 for the 42.1 for those two. On the last lap, all drivers in the 38s. Arnie did a 38.6. Denoya did a 38.3 and Rubber did a 38.8. So Denoya is faster than Arnie. He's got the pace, but Arnie just needs to hold on and defend with everything he's got. We're heading around turn 6 now, which means Arnie's going to pull to the left to pull out the tow. He doesn't on this occasion. I don't think the tow is as strong as it is on other cars. I'm going to run him more with Denoya because this is about to get tasty, because you can tell, I can tell from the body language, he's going to make a move. Arnie's going defensive, ready to 7. Denoya's going to love it. Maybe he looks to the outside. It's possible around here. He's trying to sweep. He's got caught up by the camber and he gets drifted wide. He's going to lose ground. And behind this, Rubber is, well, okay, he's not quite close enough to capitalise. 8 minutes away from the end of this enthralling race. Once again in AF1. I think for the last 8 minutes we'll probably just ride on board with this unless something else happens. I think we'll ride on board with this. Or we'll switch to another car in this lead battle. Even then, despite drifting wide, Denoy was only 3/10 slower. Rubber was fastest of the three on that lap with the 38.4. Rubber actually purpled the second sector doing that, 29.7. And you can tell Rubber's weakness is that first chicane, turns 2 and 3. This track was supposed to hold MotoGP back in the day. About 6 years ago, it's supposed to hold MotoGP. Little fun fact for you. Okay, we're starting to lose ground now. Arnie goes a little bit wide, but he pulls it to the inside later on to straighten out the car. This is a pretty good one. It's just smooth driving from Arnie, no mistakes at all. Good line from Denoyer through turn 7. You can tell he's gained on him by another 10th or 2. And still closing through 12 and 13. The anchors have been lifted. He's on his way. He's super close going through 12 and through turn 14. So here comes the slipstream. Maybe a move coming towards turn 1. 6.5 minutes plus 1 lap to go. 3/10 again. Denoyer was faster than Arnie. Oh, it goes wide through turn 1 though. It's going to compromise him. And he's lost all that ground he's just made up through the third and fourth sector. He's lost that in the first sector now. Arnie is indeed seeming like the one-man army here. He's just equidistant gaps just for a couple of seconds there. Smooth, careful, fast driving. Following the old Alain Prost mantra to win at the slowest possible speed. He doesn't have to be faster than his opponents, he just has to be near them. Five minutes left. There's probably about 4 laps left in this race. Through turn 1 again. Redacted has spun around. He's got going again. That's at the exit of turn number 7. Switch back to Andrea Denoyer as he tries to catch Arnie. We're going to see another last lap lunge again. We've got some fan clubs coming in now. We've got Arnie and Diego Domingo to add to the well-known Crab fan club. It's going to be another super close ending to this race. Arnie purpled the first sector, I will add. An 18.8 in the first sector. There's only 3 corners, bear in mind, but still. Some lapped cars approaching for the top guys, which could cause some issues. That's by Mythic up ahead. And they may even catch Ryan Nesh before the end of this race. It does, I think. You can kind of tell. Maybe it's a placebo. I don't know, but there is dirty air, I believe. Or is that just you being like a little brag because you've always been in the lead? So you won the weekly today. You won the AF4 yesterday. You've been in quite a few weeklies where you've been sort of up the front. No, I don't think... Oh, well, there's a car going off doing some rallycross, and that's Roman Nesh, who's going to have to be careful to rejoin, because he's joined right where the leaders are. But he's got away with it. Rubber may have lost out a little bit. And no more, not really. And here comes Mythic in the way as well. Actually, thinking about it, yeah, I remember driving the Audi TTs at Watkins Glen, first round of AF3, and you could tell there was dirty air, particularly around the long corners like the outer loop. It was great fun. Those were the innocents back then. Well, not the innocents went away pretty quickly when I got kicked from both races because of bad server settings on my part. I set up the server, and I had to set the track boundaries before I learned how to be quick with it. And it meant that I only had to cause one crash, drive with one person, and I'd just get kicked straight away. I forgot to turn that part off. Anyway, it's going to be really close whether we're going to be 2 or 3 laps from the end, but this should be the final lap. Sorry, this should be the penultimate lap. The time should run out during this lap, which means it'll be 1 lap after this. So Denoya is running out of time rapidly. The gap is still half a second. Denoya needs to push with everything he's got if he wants to pass Arnie and keep his championship lead, I will add. Denoya leads Arnie by 2 points. Super wide for Arnie, but it does take a later apex. He does pull it into the inside, which means it's okay. And he's going to pull away slightly. You can tell on the graphic he's pulling away by mere thousandths, but it's enough to keep him out of the way. Oh no, Arnie spun it! Oh my god! Out of no... There's the scream you were searching for! Arnie spins with only a lap and a half left! He's dropped out of 3rd place! You're kidding me! You can't write this sort of thing! Oh my god! We are now with 10 seconds to the end of the race, to the end of the time, which means 1 lap to go after this one. Time has run out. I'm not convinced, Denoya. Yeah, this is now the final lap. This is now the final lap. Denoya didn't know it was the final lap! Denoya's... Oh, no, wait. Sorry. I was confusing the WAV cars. That was Roman Nesh. I was Jake Fimestone. I'm sorry. I was a little concerned. I saw someone weaving. I thought it was a WAV car. I thought it was Denoya. It wasn't. It was Fimestone. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Denoya still leads. Denoya, it took me far too long to realise I was still looking at Denoya. Denoya still leads. Rubber's second. It's 1.2 seconds between those two. Arnie is third. After a... I got a heart attack from Arnie spinning. Let's switch quickly to the battle for P7. Baltashu and Contreras is super close. They're going to still have a lap to fight that out, so we'll come back to that in a little bit, I think. But after spending the entirety of this race in the lead, Arnie has... I was saying it all race... Oh, commentator's curse. It's the commentator's curse. After this whole race saying, oh, Arnie's been faultless, and he spins it. Well, he half spins it. He saved it. Roman Nesh has had another problem. He's dropped now. Well, he was off the track anyway. He was off back in P10 anyway, behind near nobody really. So he's going to stay P10. But it is round the final corner for Andrea Denoya. And out of nowhere, Andrea De Noia is going to win the Chilean E-Prix. Rubber 9 will finish in 2nd place. And Arnie will come home, after all of that, he will come home in 3rd place. Still a decent result, but he will not, he will be head in hands the second he can get his hands off the wheel. Domingo will come home 4th place. Joao will finish 5th. 35 seconds behind this. Suriano will finish 6th, but I'm going to look at the battle for P7, which is Baltashu versus Contreras. Baltashu goes wide at turn... Where are they? Turn 6. So Baltashu will lose out now to Contreras, who switches straight away to the right-hand side. Baltashu having a look into turn 7, not going to quite work, but he's going to be close enough, so this might not be over. I'm going to switch to the onboard of Baltashu for the last few corners of this race. Suriano hasn't even come across the line yet, he's just about to at P6. So this is the battle of P7. Oh, Baltashu had to ease off, he's going to go straight over the sausages. Contreras has pretty much got this in the bag now, surely he's only got one corner to go after this. Again, Baltashu goes wide, so it's going to be Contreras with P7, unless Baltashu can do something crazy. It looks like he might, because he's pulling down the inside. No, it's not going to be enough. Felipe Contreras will come home in P7. Baltashu will take P8. Jake Feimster is going to come home P9. Then Romanesh 10th. I Redacted 11th. And By Mythic will come home in 12th place. Though those two positions might switch. Because By Mythic will get a lap back because of missing a transponder point. Okay, my controls locked 20 seconds. Thanks for that. But there we have it. What a race. A true twist, if ever you've seen one. At the end of that race, let's switch to the interview screen. I think we'll bring in a couple of minutes, we'll bring in the winner of the race, Andrea De Noia. So yes, let's bring in the winner of today's race, Andrea De Noia. Andrea, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, congratulations on that win. I don't even know what to say. How do you feel about that win? Because it's kind of unexpected.
Yeah, kinda. Luckily, Ernie spun. Yeah, I was so close all the time. So yeah, it was good.
I was really looking forward to some sort of last lap dive bomb from you, like we saw last week in Lippo Village with Diego and Arnie. But yeah, I was not expecting that twist. Your pit stop strategy, you came in first and caused the other two leaders, so Rubber and Arnie, to react after that. Was that your plan, or what was going on with the strategy?
I think they pitted one lap. What do you say?
Later.
Later, yeah.
Rubber pitted one lap later than you did.
Yeah, I think mine was better. My timing was better, and yeah, I don't know what to say. It was. I look at the time remaining, and when it's half of 45, I pit. That's it.
Okay, yeah, fairly basic strategy, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not the tyre wear isn't so significant that you need to think carefully about how much strategy you need to put into it. You just sort of, halfway will do.
Yeah.
If you can't be bothered to make to think of a strategy, halfway will do just fine, and it did for you today.
Yes.
Right, so you're still in the lead of the championship until the last 2 laps. It looked like you were going to lose the championship lead, but you've still got it.
Yep.
Do you think you can keep it up for the rest of the season? We're half distance now.
I will try to. I don't know. I have to still training because they are so fast.
Yeah, where is the next race? I forget. It's Vallelunga, I think, isn't it?
I don't know.
I've completely forgotten. No, Okayama.
I don't know the track.
Fairly simple one, I think. There's some tight sections. There's a nice, fast section to start off with. It should be good.
I hope so.
Anyway, right, I will send you back now. Thank you very much, Andrea, for joining.
Thank you, guys.
I'll see you in a couple
Bye-bye.
of weeks. Yeah, let's bring in Rubber. I'm sure he'll want to do an interview. Hello, Rubber. Can you hear me? That's a no. Bye, Rubber. Okay, I guess he doesn't want to do an interview. In which case, I guess we will leave it there. That is... What a twist. What a twist ending to this race. That's why you need to stick with Assetto friends. Some of the craziest racing you'll ever see. Did KMR not work? No. No, KMR worked, I'm sure. Oh no, it did break. Okay. Never mind. That's fine. Right, until next week. Let's see. Next week we've got Monday's Steward stream. Don't leave yet. Let me go through the schedule. We've got Monday's stream, 2 PM to see the Steward stream. We've got AF3, AF4, and AF1 to look at. Then next week, AF3 returns for its season finale at Road America. 16 points separates Ben Hayes and Diego Domingo. The Spanish Armada, Britain versus Spain, all out for that one. 16 points separates them. 2 races. Cannot wait for that one. That'd be great. Then on Saturday, AF4's season finale. There's championship fights all the way through. It's amazing. AF4 returns next week for the season finale at Potsdam. What's the gap between the title contenders at the minute is 4 points there. Jamie versus Barry. So they're battling it out for the AF4 championship for season 4 at Potsdam. Then we got on Sunday morning the return of AF Asia. That's returning to, I've forgotten, Suzuka. They're returning to Suzuka for the second time for season 2 to start the second half of the season. There's a championship battle going on there as well. Hilke Kleisen versus Yuhamaki Yupi. 11 points is the gap there. And of course, well, AF1 is taking a week's break next week. So we'll see you in 2 weeks for AF1. That's at Okayama, as I just said, on the 28th of February. Same time, 5 PM. Rubber's saying it's push to talk. Too late now in the outro. Bye, Rubber. So until tomorrow, thank you very much for joining us. By all means, follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to us on Twitch if you're able to. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you want to watch back some of my screams. And if you want to join us on Discord, you can do. We've got some great racing coming up next week, as you say. If you want to join our season finale of AF4, you can do. We've got weekly races coming up that are yet to be announced, so stay tuned for that. Looking forward to seeing what we've got coming up, because I don't decide that sort of thing. So we'll see how it goes. We have a normal meme race on Saturdays that have been very popular the last 2 weeks. We had 29 drivers doing IndyCar versus NASCAR. That was something else. Oh! I almost forgot! The AF3 part, the announcement for AF3.
Yep, you almost did.
Oh look, we have Juan raiding my commentary. Thank you, Juan. The next 3 rounds of AF3, rounds 4, 5 and 6. Give me 2 seconds to get it ready, because I completely forgot to prepare for it in all the chaos. Where are the pictures? I need to find the pictures.
Josh, you're not streaming.
I am though.
You're host in charge.
What? Apparently I'm still streaming.
Just
Damn it.
stop streaming.
Is no one listening?
Yep.